Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mehdi, actually I'm 21 years old from Iran, and here we are. This is my first YouTube video and my first YouTube channel. I'm trying to share all my opinions, all my knowledge, everything that I've learned from Warpath with you guys. Same as 44 Mag, Morris Roberts Games, and many other YouTubers in here. Hope you all be with me in this way, in this hard way, and support me. And I promise that I'm gonna do my best to share my experiences with you guys. So let's start. At the first of all, I have to say that sorry for my noise, sorry for my accent. Actually, I'm not a native English speaker, and I didn't get any microphone for my phone until now. I know that I have to do that. I have to buy that as soon as possible, but until now I didn't get that. Okay, so let's begin. So guys, in this video I want to try to explain whatever I've learned from, whatever I know from Super Heavy, share my idea with you guys. In next video I will talk about infantry, but in this video I want to just talk about Super Heavy. Sponge units, a unit that we use that for sponging, for tanking enemy bases. That's really important. And you know guys, we have to ask that how we want to use our Super Heavy at the first of all. At the beginning we have to ask this question from ourselves, that how we want to use our Super Heavy. That's really important. Why? Because we have just two ways to use our Super Heavy. We can use that for slow burning enemy bases, to pop out to attack enemy bases and do one skill shot or even normal attack, and before that enemy do skill damage to our Super Heavy, we recall our Super Heavy and our units into our base. This is the first way that we can use our Super Heavy. On the second way, we can use that in one way until the Super Heavy survives, like one way base to base attacking, or AG, or I don't know, wherever that we can use a Super Heavy until the Super Heavy die, which means that we are not going to recall our Super Heavy. Okay, this is the second way. You know guys, Super Heavy is an armor unit. It has the highest amount of sloped armor against all another units in Warpath. That's really important tip and really important detail about Super Heavy that made that much more specific to tank enemy bases, to sponge enemy bases. High HP, high sloped armor is the best unit for attacking enemy bases. That's a real fact. With this tip, with this detail, we can understand just one thing. You know guys, blast mitigation works much more better on fortification, and penetration works much more better on sloped armor. When Super Heavy have high amount of sloped armor, it has just one mean, and what's that? That penetration can deal high amount of damage to the sloped armor. That's really fact. Let me give you an example. Okay, this is Super Heavy, okay, and it has 500 sloped armor, and this is my ATG or my helicopter, and it has 600 penetration. Okay, we are just imagining. When my ATG do normal attack, do a shot, that penetration, that pen dips penetrate the sloped armor of my Super Heavy and deal high amount of damage to my Super Heavy. Okay, that's why all turtles have ATG and helicopter in their bases. So when we know that penetration is the enemy of our Super Heavy, how can we prevent our Super Heavy to get damage from penetration? That's a really important question. Okay, I've tested a lot of ways to get the answer, and I've just got two answers for this question. You know guys, we have many defensive officers like Don Antem, Uncle Ivankov, Architect, and many defensive skills like skill damage reduction, normal attack resilience, damage resist, HP, blast mitigation, and many others. Let me explain that completely for you guys. When helicopter and ATG deal normal attack and damage to our Super Heavy, we can use damage resist and normal attack resilience on the training skills of our defensive officers. That's the answer. Why? Because HP doesn't work against pen dips and penetration. It works. It can make our super heavy a little bit much better. Okay, skill damage reduction really do not work against normal attack and penetration. Also, blast mitigation cannot work against normal attack and pen dips. It works against normal attack, but it cannot defend against penetration. Okay, just damage resist and normal attack resilience can defend your super heavy against the penetration. So if I try to explain the officers, Uncle Ivankov, as you know guys, it's a tank officer, defensive tank officer. It has 30% normal attack resilience. Also Architecture have 25% normal attack resilience on balanced skill, and in awaken mode it has 40%. That's really high. On the other hand, Arbitrator have 20% normal attack resilience. With all of this, you know guys, in last updates, Warpath brought much more normal attack boost in Gen 5 officers like Lady Shadow and many others. We have to prevent of getting penetration. How? As I said, normal attack resilience and damage resist. At least you have to use one normal attack resilience skill on training skills of your MBT or super heavy officers. It's really important. It's really important, because if you use normal attack resilience, that ATG, that fucking helicopter, cannot do any damage to your super heavy. It can do damage, but it will be so less. Personally, I have a low tech. Okay, in my main account I have a 95 million technology, and for my defensive MBT, that's my idea. Okay, I know that I have to reduce skill damage and normal attack of my enemy units when they are in garrison or even when they are in field. Personally, I use Uncle Ivankov with Architecture. Why? Let's imagine Uncle Ivankov have 30% normal attack resilience. Architecture have 25% normal attack resilience. Also in awaken mode is 40%. 40% and 30% plus each other, it gives us around 70% normal attack resilience, which means that normal attack cannot do anything to my MBT. That's the point. That's the great tip about my sponge unit. I'm weak. I don't have a really great MBT, but with these skills, at least my MBT or super heavy survive for 8 seconds. But it survives more. Why? I will tell you. As I said guys, my MBT or my super heavy survives much more. Why? Because my MBT ignore enemy normal attack. Also, I have to know that my MBT must ignore enemy skill damage, must survive against enemy skill damage. How? I have to use a skill damage reduction on my training skills of my super heavy or MBT officers. I have to pick the officers that have normal attack resilience and a skill damage reduction. It's really important. There is a golden shield gear in Warpath that it gives us 40% skill damage reduction. That's really high, even higher than training skills. That's really good. If you are F2P player and upgrade that gear to level 20, it gives you 20% skill damage reduction. It's really high. If you use one normal attack resilience training skill and one skill damage reduction training skill and 2 damage resist, one special, one balance on your MBT, or even skill damage reduction from gear, normal attack resilience from training skills, and 3 free spots for another training skills, your super heavy will be the best defensive unit that have you ever seen. All this video was about, do not forget normal attack resilience and skill damage reduction on your defensive unit. At least use one of them. If you use both of them, it will be really great. Hope you all the best and wish you all in your best mood. That was my video, that was my idea, and I tried to do my best. Sorry for that if I had a bad accent, if I explained really bad, if I had any grammar mistakes, and yes, just this. Bye bye, see ya.